day of her life. But fate has a cruel sense of humor, and sometimes the people you love the most can vanish before you even understand what happened.
Just a fun game.
Yeah, it's fun.
It was a rainy Friday night. The Gentry family car moved smoothly along the Lagos highway. Inside the car, laughter filled the air. 16-year-old Jen sat by the window, watching the raindrops race each other across the glass. Beside her sat her younger sister Ada, arguing loudly with their brother Joe about who ate the biggest piece of cake at the party they had just attended. "Joe ate 3 slices," Ada shouted. Joe protested immediately. "That's a lie! Jen ate more!" Jen laughed. "Why are you dragging me into your crimes?" From the front seat, their mother turned slightly and shook her head. "You children will never stop arguing." But she was smiling. Because deep down, she loved moments like this, moments where the entire family was together. Their father, Mr. Gentry, adjusted the radio as soft music played in the background. The youngest child, Toby, had already fallen asleep on Jen's shoulder. Everything felt peaceful, perfect. But sometimes, the most beautiful moments happen right before everything falls apart. Outside, the rain suddenly grew heavier. Thunder rolled across the sky. The road ahead became slippery. Mr. Gentry slowed the car slightly. "Everyone buckle up properly," he said calmly. Jen tightened the seatbelt around little Toby. Her mother looked back at the children again. "Before we get home, I want you all to promise me something." Joe groaned dramatically. "Mom, not another lecture." But Mrs. Gentry's voice became gentle. "Just one promise." She looked directly at Jen. "No matter what happens in life, you must always protect each other." Jen nodded immediately. "I promise." One by one, the others repeated the promise. Even sleepy little Toby murmured, "I promise." Everyone laughed. But no one knew those would be the last words they would ever say together as a family. Several kilometers ahead, a black SUV sat quietly on the roadside. The engine was off, the headlights were off. Inside the SUV, a man watched the Gentry car approach through the heavy rain. His face was hidden in darkness. He picked up his phone. "They're coming," he said quietly. A voice spoke on the other side of the line. The man nodded slowly. Then he said something chilling. "Don't worry. It will look like an accident." He ended the call and waited. Inside the Gentry car, something suddenly felt wrong. Mr. Gentry pressed the brake pedal. The car did not slow down. He frowned. That was strange. He pressed again. Still nothing. A small line of worry appeared on his forehead. His wife noticed immediately. "What's wrong?" His voice became tense. "The brakes, they're not working." At first, the children thought he was joking, but when the car began sliding slightly on the wet road, fear spread through the vehicle like wildfire. Joe shouted, "Dad, what do you mean the brakes aren't working?" The rain pounded harder against the windshield. Lightning flashed across the sky. Mrs. Gentry turned to Jen. "Hold your brother." Jen wrapped her arms around little Toby. Her heart was racing. "Dad, please stop the car." But some things cannot be stopped, especially fate. Then suddenly, bright headlights appeared through the rain. A massive truck was racing toward them from the opposite direction. Too fast, too close. Mr. Gentry turned the steering wheel sharply. The car spun across the slippery road. The truck driver slammed his horn. The sound was deafening. Then everything happened at once. Metal crushing, glass exploding, children screaming, and then darkness. The next thing Jen heard was a faint beeping sound. Her eyelids felt heavy. Slowly, she opened them. Bright hospital lights blinded her. Her body felt numb. She tried to move. Pain shot through her entire body. A nurse rushed to her side. "Don't move." Jen looked around the room in confusion. Where is my mom?" The nurse didn't answer. Jen's voice began shaking. "My dad?" Still silence. Her heart began pounding harder. "My brothers, my sisters, where are they?" The nurse gently held her hand, but the expression on her face said everything, and in that moment, Jen understood. Hours later, the hospital door opened. A tall man entered slowly. It was Uncle Sam. The moment Amara saw him, relief washed over her. "Uncle Sam," her voice was weak. "Where is everyone?" He sat beside her bed. For a long moment he couldn't speak. Then he finally whispered the words that shattered her life forever. "Jen, you are the only one who survived." The room spun. Her heart stopped, and a scream escaped her lips that echoed through the hospital hallway. 1 week later, 5 coffins stood in the rain. 5 lives gone. Jane stood silently beside Uncle Sam. Her face looked empty. She had cried so much that her tears had run dry. As the coffins were lowered into the ground, Jane felt something inside her break. Completely, forever, but across the cemetery. A man watched her carefully, the same man from the black SUV. He whispered quietly to himself, "She survived." Then he walked away. That night, Jane returned to her parents' house for the last time. The house felt different, cold, empty. While packing her father's belongings, she found something hidden beneath his desk, a small leather briefcase. Inside were documents, bank papers, insurance files, and one sealed letter addressed to her. Her hands trembled as she opened it. The letter read, "Jane, if you are reading this, something terrible has happened. And if that day ever comes, there is one rule you must follow. Trust no one." Suddenly, headlights flashed outside the house. A car had stopped. Footsteps approached the front door. Then, the sound of keys. Someone was unlocking the door. Jane's heart began pounding. The door slowly opened, and standing there was the same mysterious man who had been watching the accident. He looked straight at her and smiled.